KHQA This Morning. It's your news now.
Kristen Aguirre is out and about, and when I say out and about, she is outside in Quincy this morning.
Yeah, how's it going, Kristen? What are you doing?
Good morning. Yep, we're here at Upper Moorman Park, and you'll never guess what we're talking about. We are talking ice rescue. So coming up later in the show, the Quincy Fire Department's public education team is going to show us the procedures that they need to take in order to rescue someone that has fallen through the ice. And you may recognize one of the people that needs to get rescued. We'll have all that coming up after the break. You're watching KHQA This Morning.
Meantime, Kristen Aguirre is getting saved this morning.
Yeah, she's out in the cold. How's it going, Kristen?
It is definitely cold out here, but we are talking about something very cool, which is ice rescue. We're here at the Quincy Fire Department's public education team with me now is Michael Dade. So what are we going to be doing this morning?
Well, we're gonna talk about some of the dangers of ice emergencies, cold water emergencies, that type of thing. We'll talk to people about some of the rescue techniques that we might use and that we might want other people to use if they witness some type of ice or cold water emergency. And then we're going to demonstrate a rescue, which should be fun. Yeah.
Now, is this ice rescue kind of a big thing in Quincy or in the tri-states?
You know, any cold weather state, it's something that people should be concerned about and at least educated about. You know, again, the types of ice that can be dangerous, and the types of ice that's I guess safer than what people might think. So a lot of information out there, and we just want people to be educated. Again, anytime that you're in a cold weather environment where you have bodies of water around, kids are going to find them, kids are going to play on them, people are going to fish on them, and that kind of thing. So it's just important information for people to know.
And how thin is this ice out here?
Well, we haven't exactly checked it, but this is good ice for us to be talking about today because that is one of the things we want people to know. Different types of ice, come with different types of dangers, and this ice is actually in different stages of freezing. So it could be, based on the conditions, the weather, temperature, snow cover, and different things of that nature. It could be different thicknesses in different places.
All right. Well, we are coming up later in the show. We're going to get out on that ice and show you how the rescue procedure is done.
Okay.
You saw a little bit of snow still.
Now we're talking frozen and ice rescues. Very important information that Kristen Aguirre has for us this morning.
Right. She is demonstrating ice rescues with the Quincy Fire Department. How's it going, Kristen?
Good morning, Eva. I'm here at Upper Moorman Park, and we are talking ice rescue. We're here at the Quincy Fire Department. Why is this so important for people to know?
Well, I think it's important because this time of the year there's a lot of ice out there. Some of it's thawed out and refroze, and every time it does that, it gets weaker. So we just want to bring awareness to the fact that there's dangers out here. Even though the ice looks thick, it could still be weak.
So what do people need to know before they even think about getting on that ice?
Well, the most important thing is wear a personal flotation device. Make sure that you're safe, that just in case you do go under, that you're not going to go under the ice and possibly drown. Secondly, there's cold weather emergency type things like frostbite, hypothermia. We want to make sure that people keep their extremities warm so they don't develop that frostbite. And if they do, make sure that they're warming them up properly, not rubbing them and causing tissue damage. Hypothermia, if somebody has hypothermia, the first thing we want to do is make sure they're breathing and they have a pulse. If they have those two things, then we need to get them warmed up. So moving them to a warm area, wrapping them in blankets, things like that to treat hypothermia.
Now, is people getting on the ice, is that a huge issue here?
Yeah, it happens. I mean, we have water rescues a couple times a year, and with the lakes and the ponds and the rivers here in Quincy, that, there's definitely that possibility.
Now, when people look at this, they may think, like you said, that it looks thicker, but we were talking about there's different ice kind of varying on this lake.
There is. Just because at one area it might be 4 inches thick doesn't mean that in another area it's less. So, you really want to check your ice out, make sure it's clear, make sure it's over 2 inches thick. Anything under 2 inches is going to be unsafe to be on.
All right, well, coming up later in the show, we're going to jump in there and kind of get ready for this ice rescue. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Did she say she's going to jump in there?
I think she sure did. She said we. I don't know who else is going in with her.
I don't know who would want to go in with her.
Definitely not me.
Polar plunge looks just as cold because you know what? From that shot we just showed, just up the street is where we find KHQA's Kristen Aguirre.
Yes, she's talking about ice rescue this morning. How's it going, Kristen?
Good morning. Yep, we are here at Upper Moorman Park. We're talking about ice rescue. Now, the best advice is do not get out on the ice. But if you do, the fire department, Quincy Fire Department, will be there to rescue you. And we're going to talk about some of the things that you guys use to get out there. So what do we have here?
Well, what we're talking about with an ice rescue, what we go by is reach, throw, row, and go method. Obviously, if there is a problem, we don't want anybody else to run out and try to save the person that fell in, because there could be two victims instead of just the one original victim. So many times what we do, we have ice picks. We can throw these to the people. There's picks inside here that we try to get them to self-rescue. If they can put these on the ice and basically pull themselves out. You can see the picks on there, how deep they can dig into the ice. And we will take these out with us as we go for our own rescue to advance ourselves on the ice. But to reach first, we can use things like the pipe pole here with a hook on it. Many times whenever you fall on the ice, your dexterity goes, your muscle coordination goes. So we try to reach the person if we can get them to grab the pole, or if we can snag some clothing to possibly pull them out. We also have what's called a roof ladder that has hooks on the end. We can stay away and spread our weight out on the ice. Right. We can try to get them to grab the hooks on the ladder, and if they can, we can pull them out with that. When we go on the ice ourselves, we have the cleats here that we put on. Obviously, it's just for better traction, so we don't slip and fall and then bust through the ice ourselves.
And we are going to get those cleats on coming up a little bit later in the show when we get out there, and actually, Quincy Fire Department is actually going to show you how an ice rescue is really done.
That should make for some good TV.
Absolutely.
Kristen Aguirre out and about in Quincy this morning with ice rescues.
Yeah, she's freezing out there. How's it going, Kristen?
Good morning. Yep, we are here at Upper Moorman Park talking ice rescue. So all morning we're giving you advice on just don't get out on the ice and what the procedures that the Quincy Fire Department will use if you do fall in. Now we're showing them a real live one.
Right. We were talking about the reach, throw, row, and go before. The victim's in the water. He's falling through the ice. So we're going to throw those ice picks out to him. Go ahead, Ryan. And he's got the ice picks. We talked about the loss of muscle dexterity, so he can try to use the ice picks to self-rescue, but you can see with being in the cold water, he can try to pull himself out. Sometimes it will work depending on how long they've been in the water. Mm-hmm. And then we also have what we call a frisbee. Ralph. We also have a frisbee we can throw out to him, and the throw portion of it, that way they can grab onto a rope, and we can try to pull them out that way. And then we also have a throw bag with the rope on that we can throw out to them. If they still have muscle control, muscle dexterity, they can grab onto it. We can pull them out that way. That way it decreases the danger of a rescuer going into the water, falling through the ice themselves.
Now, right now the guys are wearing kind of a water suit so that they don't get wet. Right,
they're cold water rescue suits. We call them Gumby suits, and this is what we wear. When we have rescuers going in the water, we have a safety line tied to them. And we'll show you that in the next segment as far as how we rescue if a rescuer has to go in after a victim in the ice.
All right, well, coming up next, we have all that stuff to continue to show you how ice rescue is done.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, as we had because of the snow anyway.
Outside. Yeah.
But in any way, she's talking about ice rescues
Yeah,
today.
very important. How's it going, Kristen?
Yeah. Good morning. Yep, we're here at Upper Moorman Park, and we're talking ice rescue, which poses a huge danger each season that we have winter. Now, we've been showing them a little bit about what you guys do in the method. Now, which part of the method are we showing now?
This is the actual go method. This is the last of the 4 steps we talk about. We can't get them out any other way, so our rescuer is going out. We have him in a cold water suit. He's going out on the ice. He's pulling himself out with the ice picks that we showed you. We have the hooks of the ladder up. He tries to grab onto it if he's got any muscle dexterity left, and he doesn't, so our rescuer is going to have to go in the hole after him. And with this safety rope, we have an extra length of rope on him that he can put the rope and wrap it around the person, and then we'll be able to pull him out. And you can see with these suits, they're a little bit hard to maneuver with the gloves on, but you have to work with it.
but at the same time, these suits are protecting the fireman who is rescuing you from getting that hypothermia.
Right. Now, they have to pull them out slowly. They have to get to their side because obviously the edge of the ice is going to hurt.
Right.
The rescuer and the victim are going to try to help themselves out so they don't pull against their ribs or their back. And then the rescuers on the shore, obviously, are going to pull them to safety.
Now, we were talking a little bit earlier, too. By the time someone calls 911 and you guys are on your way, what is the response time?
Depending on where the location is in the city, here at Moorman Park, we have Station 3, which is on 36th Street. It's about 3 to 4 minutes. So the person could obviously be in the water. If someone witnesses them going through the ice, they could be in the water for 5 minutes.
So what's the best advice you would give someone?
If you don't know about the ice, if you're not ice savvy, stay off the ice, period.
All right, well, you can see more of the ice rescue on our YouTube page. And for more of these tips, go ahead and visit our website, connecttristates.com.
Interesting. All right, thanks for the guys coming out and volunteering to get in the literally ice cold water. Also out there is Kristen Aguirre, who's getting herself rescued this morning.
How's it going, Kristen?
No?
I am getting ready to take the plunge, and Jerry Mass and Michael Dade here are going to talk me through it.
All right.
Jerry Smith and Michael Dade are going to talk me through it.
All right, make sure you don't panic, first of all, okay? Slide in real nice and easy. Yeah. How's that feel?
I don't know.
All right, so I got a picture for you to tweet out.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so what you're going to want to do is they're going to start pulling you out slowly, all right? Kind of spread your weight across the front of that ice and turn to the side, all right? Kick your feet a little bit.
Wait, you guys
Hold on. Kick your feet a little bit. Kick your feet a little bit. There you go. Pull them out. All right. There you go. She was easier to save than I thought, actually. Good job. All right.
Another successful rescue. For all the details, log in to connecttristates.com.
You stay classy, Quincy.
Michael and Jerry have a job.
Yes, they do.
If and when Kristen cannot fill her duties as the KHQA live anchor, Mr. Dade and Jerry, we are coming.
Yes, Michael also tweeted out a picture of
Yes.
Kristen, so thank you for that.
Very
as
nice,
well.
going above and beyond the call of duty this morning.